The main goal of Apollo 11 was to complete a national goal set by President John F. Kennedy on May 25, 1961, which was to perform a crewed lunar landing and return to Earth.
The Apollo 11 mission was one of the most important events in the space race between the United States and the Soviet Union. After the USSR launched Sputnik, the first satellite, and successfully sent a man into space, America to develop the technology that the Soviets already had, aiding the creation of the Apollo program.
During the exploration, the two astronauts were to gather samples of lunar surface materials for return to Earth. They were also to photograph the lunar terrain, including the deployed scientific equipment, the LM spacecraft, and each other, both with still and motion picture cameras.
Commander Neil Armstrong, Command Module Pilot Michael Collins, and Lunar Module Pilot Edwin Buzz Aldrin were sent into an initial Earth orbit of 114 by 116 miles. An estimated 650 million people watched Armstrong's televised image.
The Apollo 11 spacecraft was launched from Cape Kennedy's at 13:32 UT on July 16, 1969. After 2 hours and 33 minutes in Earth orbit, the S-IVB engine was reignited for the acceleration of the spacecraft to the velocity required for Earth gravity escape.
The spacecraft was placed in an elliptical orbit. The service module propulsion system was reignited, and the orbit was made nearly circular above the surface of the moon. Earth orbit took 2 hours. Photographs taken from lunar orbit provided broad views for the study of regional lunar geology.
Eagle landed on the moon 102 hours, 45 minutes, and 40 seconds after launch.
One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. With these historic words, Armstrong became the first man to set foot on the moon, leaving his footprint carved in the lunar soil.
Over the next 2.5 hours, he and astronaut Edwin Aldrin took color photographs, collected soil and rock samples, and raised the American flag while walking around on the moon. They also conducted several experiments to learn more about the dusty surface, geologic activity, and solar wind effects on the lunar environment.
Experiments included solar wind composition experiment, collection of a larger sample of lunar material, panoramic photographs of the region near the landing site and the lunar horizon, close-up photographs of inner lunar surface material, development of laser ranging retroflector, and a passive seismic experiment package, and collection of 2 core tube samples of the lunar surface.
Apollo 11 returned to Earth on July 24, 1969, meeting President Kennedy's challenge earlier that decade to safely send a human to the moon and back.